Evening, Commissioners. I am a long-time resident of Miami-Dade County. I am also with Catalyst Miami. And during the past, as many people here have stated, and I apologize for the repetition, during the last week, we have been out in the community just trying to feed the most vulnerable. And what we have seen is truly devastating and heartbreaking. What we have witnessed is actually not the result of this natural disaster. It is also the exposition of decades of policies that have left so many in our community behind. Those of us from community organizations and volunteers who have knocked on the doors in Liberty City, in Apalaca, in Alapata, in Florida City, we have, in Overtown, we have just been totally confronted with the reality, the painful reality that the difficulties that we've been complaining about during the past week are the everyday experiences of people who live in these communities. So the lack of transportation and power, the food and gas shortages, the loss of income, even the displacement. This is what they deal with on a daily basis without a storm. So you can only imagine how painful it is to try to recover from this when they're already suffering so much. The difference for many of us is that now we're able to replenish our gas tanks, we'll tap into our savings and stock our refrigerators again, maybe even buy a generator. But they don't have those options. Their circumstances are not likely to improve. We are all just as vulnerable to increasingly strong storms and to the effects of climate change, to sea level rise. And we need a budget that responds to those changing needs. It's in all of our interests. Our very survival depends on this. But we will be morally sunken if we fail to improve conditions for the most vulnerable, ensuring that they have safe and stable housing, that we reduce their energy costs, and ameliorate the effects of extreme heat, which most of us experienced after Irma. So we know how unbearable that could be. Let's treat this as a drill, as a second chance to do things right, not just for storms, but for everyone, all the time.
Thank you. Thank you for your
testimony. On behalf of hundreds and thousands of Miami
testimony.
families,
Name and address
I ask
for the
that
record, please. Name and address for the record, please.